Back at it like a crack at it. Automatic like a fomatic. Built from tragedy, made for static. It's your boy. Perfect Timing Podcast. Back with the blast. In and out with a dash. 2025 won't last, so we're going to do this real fast. Yo, get on in here, man. Give you time to get on in here, man. Another vertical live going up right now. We got some things to talk about this morning. I'm going to give you some time to get on in here, man. Get on in here, man. Have a conversation with your boy, man. Another vertical live going up this morning on this Monday morning, man. There's a discussion going on. The internet is ablaze right now. So you know we had to come chop it up, man. Oh, somebody said Twitter was down. I went and checked it out. Twitter, I got some information from Twitter. So Twitter must be back up. I don't know what happened with Twitter. I don't know what's going on with the interwebs. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to stay a lookout on that Twitter story. But you see the thumbnail, so we got a discussion to have this morning because the interwebs is going crazy. Bananas, new information, new lawsuits, new paperwork, all dropping on Monday morning. What's today? Is it? I know the 9th passed and is Friday the 13th is coming up. Is it Friday the 13th coming up? But the 13th coming up. So, oh man, the internet going crazy. Yo, share the show. Get on in here, man. Tell everybody get on in here, man. We're gonna have a conversation this morning, man. Morning time, man. It's morning time. Perfect Time Podcast with the blast. Look at the thumbnail, man. Do your research, man. I don't know if you know, man, but we're going to do our homework this morning, man. Brand new information, brand new paperwork, brand new everything. Brand new information, brand new lawsuit. Man, it's crazy going on right now. The information is coming out slowly, but I didn't dug up some details, so y'all come on in here, everybody come on in. Hit the like as you come on in. Hit the like, share, subscribe as you come on in. Everybody come on in. This morning we discussing Sean, Diddy, Combs, Druski. What's Druski? Is it just one name? Is it just one name? Druski, Odell Beckham Jr. You know what I'm saying? Is he still playing football? Man, it's crazy. We just talking about Diddy, Druski, and a whole lot of baby oil. I mean, it got to be a lot of baby oil. I mean, goddamn, I'm talking about 3 6 foot tall, 200 to 300 pounds. Let's just talk about how much, you know, we used to have a joke when I was young, you know what I'm saying, about 2 tons of fun. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it was 2 tons of fun in that room that night. Hey, we ain't laughing, no. It ain't a joking situation, but I'm just saying, picture, you know what I'm saying, in a consensual environment, you know what I'm saying, that many bodies on the bed. Like, Druski is enough. Druski is somebody else, but this allegation, you talk about Druski, Odell Beckham Jr., and Diddy, and potentially, now think about when you be hearing about these stories. So you got three grown, big-footed, funky-footed, big-backed, you know what I'm saying? You know, Odell played football, NFL. He not small. Grown, I mean, everybody gonna say Druski big, right? But Odell played football. He got to go run and go up against football. The boy big, probably been big, funky-footed his whole life. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we got 2 large individuals, you know what I'm saying? So how much? So when we heard about the 1,000 bottles of baby oil, 1,000 bottles of beer on their wall, 1,000 bottles of beer, 1,000 bottles of beer on the wall, 1,000 bottles of beer. Hey, what's up, man? Cameron Ellis, salute to you. 1,000 bottles of baby oil on the wall. 1,000 bottles of, hey, remember that song? Hey, when we sung 1,000 bottles of beer, we didn't think it was 1,000 bottles of baby oil. And when you said 1,000 bottles of baby oil, nobody understood. We probably saw, some of us have perverted minds. So you probably saw a room like the Matrix. Remember the Matrix party before they was gonna die in Zion and they was dancing. Ooh. That seemed like that's what y'all thought. When y'all thought 1,000 bottles of baby, y'all was thinking the Zion. When y'all think about the freak offs, y'all think about Zion. But you didn't think. I know what you didn't think. You didn't think it was some NFL player and an oversized influencer. You didn't think about an NFL player and an oversized influencer. The Plushy family, salute to the Plushy family. But so now you understand potentially how much baby oil could be utilized in a situation with just about 4 or 5 people. Just about 4 or 5. It don't take a lot of baby. But look though, but once you introduce these elements, once you get introduced to large backed, you know what I'm saying? So we all thought, small, pretty, petite. We didn't know it was going to be large backed, big backed activities. Now the 1,000 bottles of baby oil makes sense. You know what I'm saying? You didn't say Druski was at the party. You didn't say Druski. Who else was at the party? Now the 1,000 bottles of baby oil makes sense. Druski is 100 bottles right there off top. Off top, Druski is 100 bottles. You know what I'm saying? Now, because it seemed outlandish. It seemed non-believable, right? But Druski is 100 bottles right there. Then you got Odell Beckham. He can't catch a ball. You know what I'm saying? So that's another 100 bottles. So now we start talking about, and then now we like, okay, now we getting down to the nitty gritty. You know what I'm saying? And okay, look. So now you got big backed activity. You got big backed individuals, but with the big back individuals, what we have in this report is big back activity. So for big back individuals to do big back activity, you got to have a lot of lubrication. So let's go. You got to have a lot of lubrication. So let's go. Everything going good. The Plushy family, man. Cameron Ellis, you know what I'm saying? The first people in the chat, man. Salute to the first people in the chat, man. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, man. Hit the notification bell as you come in, man. Go ahead and hit the super chat to support the channel. My name is Perfect. You're watching the Perfect Time at Podcast broadcast, man. We're live in the dash real fast. 2025 won't last. So we do this every morning. 10 a.m., top of the mid-morning from an OG perspective. You know what I'm saying? This morning, you're looking at the thumbnail. This is a topic. I'm going to link this to other videos I've done on Diddy Do It. Man, I don't know. You say in the comments if you think he did it, but today we're going to discuss brand new information, man. So thank y'all for stopping through, man. Thank y'all for liking and sharing the show. Look, though. I see the thumbs up. Give me some more thumbs up, man. Give me some more comments, man. Go ahead and hit the super chat. Support the channel, man. Go ahead and share the show, man. Let's have this discussion. It's a lot of lawyers discussing the case, man. So we're going to discuss it from the everyday perspective. You know, so the lawyers be doing their thing, but the lawyers can't get down and with the pizzazz and harass that we do, man, over here at the Perfect Time Podcast, man. So let the lawyers and the legal eagles do their thing, and we're going to do our thing, man, because we hot off the presses with this story. A lot of people not even on the story yet, but we here right now, and we're going to talk about it. Now, if you really remember, the last time we were here, we were talking about Jay-Z. Now, and this story. So this is going to be like a prelude and a launch pad. This live stream is going to be a prelude and launch pad because we got to do a long form content. We're going to do long form content on this video. Miss Perfect Time just stepped into the chat. What's up to you? Salute. Thank you for the support. So we're going to do a long form video of this content because there's so much to unravel about today's lawsuit and filing. So the last time we were here, we talked about Jay-Z, and we talked about Jay-Z from the beginning. So we a couple videos we're going to link to this video is when Jay-Z initially, it's the same mathematics and the same MO, right? So with Jay-Z, what happened was Jay-Z was added to an existing lawsuit. So when we discuss the Jay-Z filing, what I wanted my audience to understand, again, the legal eagles, thank you for the thumbs up. The legal eagles is going to do what they do, right? And they're going to break it down. But what I wanted my audience to understand is, thank God, if those of you have been paying attention, that it's not 2025 and the powers that be didn't win, but people now are understanding narratives. And people are discussing narratives and how this media works with narratives. And so I wanted my audience to understand how we got here with the Diddy incarceration. And one of the ways we got here with the Diddy incarceration is by lawsuits. It was the Cassie lawsuit that was the catalyst for everything. A lot of people will say, well, Perfect, you got the Cassie video. The Cassie video was leaked much later. You have the Cassie lawsuit, you have the Little Rod lawsuit. So you have a myriad of lawsuits associated with the Diddy case. And then Diddy house gets raided, he gets arrested, and he gets jailed. Now, at the same time, the CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch is arrested, but he's granted bail. Now, this may ring a bell to you because most recently you had a viral moment on the Joe Rogan podcast with Ian Carroll talking about the CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch and also the CEO of Victoria's Secret. Now, the CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch was running a sex ring that we know, but he is out on bail. Diddy is accused of a party. Diddy is accused of a party that adults went to that we all know and we all have seen at the party. Shout out to Amber Rose. Amber Rose recently did Club Shay Shay where she said, I've gone to every Diddy party, every Diddy after party, and Amber Rose said, I've gone to every after party after the after party, and she's never seen any of these freak offs. The way we got here is lawsuits, right? Civil lawsuits. And what I explained to you from the beginning, I wanted my audience to understand, because today I heard Charlemagne for the first time say that it should be illegal to file lawsuits like this. Wow, Charlemagne, really? Do you think so? Because what I wanted my audience to know is these lawsuits are only legal now in 2025 because of Me Too protests and Me Too legislation. The videos, I will link to this video, I go in depth and I actually bring up the actual legislation. I show you videos and articles from the actual congresswomen who fought for these laws. These are brand new laws that expound the statute of limitations, which is one of the reasons why the Jay-Z lawsuit was also challenged, because the statute of limitations had went back so many years, like 20 years, but that allegation was not within the new law. Tony Bugsby said it shouldn't matter. And this is what was said during Me Too. It shouldn't matter, that we should believe all victims, no matter how long ago the event may have transpired. But with the Tony Bugsby case getting thrown out, now you may understand why. It wasn't that America was not empathetic to victims, but there was actual legal reason and precedent to why you did not have a statute of limitations going back over 20 years, because the victim will not be able to accurately recount the event to the point where you can garner a guilty verdict of beyond a reasonable doubt. Like when these laws were propagated, people acted like, the government was all, masculine, toxic men, and that's why we have these laws like this. No, there was legal standing and legal precedent. And then Me Too came and then threw out that legal standing and legal precedent. And now we're seeing why that law did not exist. Why we do have statute of limitations. There's actual legal reason. Now, a lot of the legal heads ain't gonna talk to you about all this stuff. They're not gonna give you the good background of how we got here. The entire Diddy lawsuit is predicated on Me Too laws. Diddy would not be in the position he was in if it were not for these brand new laws that I brought out that expanded the statute of limitations, 10 years in California, 20 years in New York, more time. In Texas is different. That's another thing you need to know as my audience members, that the laws are different. It's not a federal law. These are state laws that expanded the laws within the state. Now, you remember Tony Bugsby had issues also why the lawsuit was thrown out is because Tony Bugsby is a Texas lawyer. That law is different than the New York law, and it's also different than the California law. These are all complications in the Diddy lawsuit that people do not bring up. Right? So these are all complications in the Diddy lawsuit. Tony Bugsby did not have legal right to prosecute Diddy. So that was another reason why that case got thrown out with prejudice. Can't see it red in the building, man. What's up with you, man? Yeah, 5.0, 5.0, 5.0. Hit the like, share, subscribe, man. Support the channel, man. You can hit the Cash App for the first time, man. You got the opportunity to donate the maximum amount possible. I don't know if it's 1,000, but it'll be my first super chat. So you could either, take the suck away out or take the play away and donate the maximum amount. So the first super chat started off with the most amount that you could ever support the channel. So check this out. The Diddy lawsuit is predicated on Me Too laws. So this is what you have with the Diddy lawsuit. It's predicated on Me Too laws. And these lawsuits is what makes the FBI and a very overzealous DA raid Diddy, prosecute Diddy, and seek to not give Diddy a bail at the same time that the Abercrombie and Fitch CEO is arrested for running sex rings, and that he's been doing it for years, and they got an abundance of evidence, but he's giving bail and Diddy's not giving bail. In the same district, Diddy's not giving bail for having a party. So when did the Diddy case start to unravel? The Diddy case starts to unravel when people start to understand the building blocks, but people want Diddy. See, there's so much hate and disdain for Diddy that no one cares about legal justice anymore. Can't see it red, hit the super chat for $4.99. Big soup, bomb, bell, pepper tax, man. Yeah, man, this nose is looking big on the vertical, man. I'm telling you, like, I don't know if I took the glasses off, man, but this big well-fed green pepper, man, I'm telling you, man, it's taking up most of the screen, man. I need to get a wide lens or something, or what do? They put powder on their nose or something to make their nose don't look too big? I don't know, man. Negro Damas. It's the Negro Damas podcast with the biggest Negro nose on YouTube with the Negro news. It's Negro Damas with the biggest Negro nose on YouTube with the Negro news, man. Hey, we got some Negro news this morning. I tell you, man, Odell Beckham, Druski, and Diddy in the same room. How much heat is that? I think they said it was summertime. I need a laugh track, man. Y'all gotta laugh at home because I'm having a good time. This shit is hilarious. We do not laugh at victims. This is not real victims. We would never take lightly, jokingly, anything like that about abuse. I suffered abuse. This is the thing when we talk about abuse in 2025 because of Me Too and the way narratives have been perverted. People don't realize that men like R. Kelly, men like Diddy, men like myself actually also suffer from sexual abuse, right? So when we have these talks, rarely do you talk about the men who go through SA. Let's say SA because I know the algorithm be tripping. So they leave that out. They left that out in Me Too. But it's funny because a lot of the lawsuits against Diddy include men like Little Rod. So check this out, man. You got the Diddy lawsuits. This leads to the FBI inquiries. You got Jaguar Wright. Now Jaguar Wright is being implicated. But Jaguar Wright admitted on the blue couch that she was a pimp, that she used to prostitute out industry individuals. Jaguar Wright said this, that these were she said she would pimp out men and women. So is anybody surprised that Jaguar Wright potentially may be charged for anything that she was accusing everybody else of? She admitted on the blue couch to being and participating, being a willing participant and a prophet and a profiteer. These were her own words on the blue couch. So Jaguar Wright, and then this overzealous DA prosecutes Diddy. So when does it start to unravel? It unravels when the same thing that happens today. So I took my time to get here because I want more people to come on into the room, man, because of the mechanics. I think the mechanics and greed. When people look back at when did the Diddy case break down and why did the Diddy case break down? One thing that's being said today about the filing is that it's being filed by a lawyer who doesn't have a lot of experience and is not actually a good attorney. I would argue the same thing about Tony Busby, but there were so many people with the same skin color as me saying, oh, Tony Busby is so great. And I pointed out, if Tony Busby is so great, what happened with Deshaun Watson? Deshaun Watson had 60 to 80 accusers. They lost in 2 grand juries. That was the same lawyer, Tony Busby. But to all of the brothers online who said, oh, Diddy is going down and Tony Busby, not one of them brought up Deshaun Watson. None of them brought up how Tony Busby lost and lied and falsified evidence and had fake victims with Deshaun. Where's all those 60? So the way you stop this from happening is the 60 women who was involved with Deshaun Watson all need to go to jail. Everybody involved with this Diddy shit need to go to jail. So this is the part I wanted my audience to understand. What happened with the Diddy and Jay-Z lawsuit is that there was an existing lawsuit that was on track to be settled, and that lawsuit was one of the most compelling parts of Diddy's prosecution. Ask me why. Ask me why. Because the victim in that lawsuit was 13 years old. That was the lawsuit that was thrown out. It wasn't only thrown out for Diddy, it was thrown out for Jay-Z. You guys got to understand what this did to the Diddy prosecution. The Diddy prosecution alleged underage, but now it has to drop charges because there's no more underage victims. The underage victim was the victim that Tony Busby got overzealous and got too greedy. What do I mean? That lawsuit was accepted. The story that the 13-year-old gave was accepted by New York, by the FBI, by Texas. No one questioned the 13-year-old. This has not been discussed. This is paramount when we get to Druski and Odell Beckham Jr. That lawsuit had not been contested or interviewed until Jay-Z was added. What happened was lawyers got overzealous and greedy. They added Jay-Z because no one had questioned the validity of the 13-year-old. They said it was such a slam dunk that we got to get more money. Do you ever hang around people? It's like, and you go in the shoplift in the store and you get one piece of candy and you don't get caught. And then you look around and you go back in and get another piece of candy and they get your ass and take you in the back. Because it never is enough for people like that. For those people who always take and take, is never enough. Because it's not about what you get. It's about the actual theft. It's about the thrill. It's about the thrill of the kill. Shout out to LOL Dada. So this is the thing that has never been discussed, again, because the narrative is so sexy. Everybody hates Diddy. Everybody's making money off of Diddy, but these things are not being discussed. That the 13-year-old lawsuit was a crux of the prosecution because it brought in a minor. And no one had questioned the validity of the 13-year-old until Jay-Z was added to the lawsuit. And no one discusses, what do you mean by added to the lawsuit? Well, the lawsuit had been around and been accepted. They were going to get money settled, and this lawsuit was going to be used to prosecute Diddy and keep him in jail forever because they were going to be able to say that he was a PDF. A PDF refers to minors. The only minor associated with the Diddy case was this 13-year-old. They got too greedy, bro. They got too greedy, and no one would have ever known that no one had ever did a lie detector test. No one would have ever known that they never talked to the father. No one would have ever known that she was lying. See, this case was accepted. They prosecuted Diddy. They're going to keep him in jail forever based on the testimony of this 13-year-old. And nobody checked it. Everybody accepted it. Everybody wanted to believe the 13-year-old. So much so that Busby said, I'm adding Jay-Z. Jay-Z's a billionaire. I'm going to get more money. And Jay-Z proved to us that it was a shakedown. He said, look at the letters that Busby sent me. It's beyond the fact that Busby was so greedy that he already had a winning case. But then he went back and he didn't have to add Busby had a winning case with imagine how upset New York is at Tony. That's why they didn't let him prosecute in New York, because you screwed up the case. We had a 13-year-old. No one was questioning her validity. Busby screwed the pooch. This to everybody online who was clapping for Tony Busby. Tony Busby is the reason Diddy is going to go free. Because he got so greedy that he added Jay-Z to the lawsuit. And then Jay-Z's lawyer start picking, start uncovering, start investigating. And then Tony Busby had to admit, well, she never did a lie detector test. Well, I never really validated her claims. Well, I got the lawsuit from somebody else. I didn't tell her to do the interview on ABC. I didn't know about the father's testimony. I didn't know about the people who wasn't really there. I didn't know about all the... Wait a minute, but you added Jay-Z to the lawsuit? And this lawsuit, this is the part that people are not talking about. So it's not about the Jay-Z part. It's about that the lawsuit was accepted and being used as a crux in the prosecution. They no longer have a minor in the prosecution because the minor that they had was the 13-year-old. That's out of the Diddy case. There's no more PDF in the Diddy case. That's out because Tony Busby got greedy. So what's happening today on Monday? What's happening today on Monday? We start to understand what the Diddy case really is. It's a series of lawsuits that none of them have been adjudicated. Diddy has not been found guilty in one civil case. One from Michigan. Yep, agreed. Diddy has not been found guilty in one civil case. What you have in the Diddy criminal prosecution as evidence are these lawsuits. Little Rod, the 13-year-old, and other lawsuits that will come out, like the one today, that are also proven to not only be frivolous, but laughable. The lawsuits that are leading to Diddy's incarceration, where he can't even get a bail, are turning out to not only be frivolous, but laughable. So no one so far has asked how many of the lawsuits are cartoon. For what they have Diddy and they're not giving him a bail so that he can fight and defend himself, how many of the lawsuits are cartoon buffoonery? Like the 13-year-old and like the lawsuit today. Y'all want to let me read to you today? I needed to give you a background so you understand what happened today. Today was an existing lawsuit against Diddy that's already being used in the prosecution. These lawyers have already won. Do you understand what I'm saying? But they don't understand it's not 2024 anymore, and Kamala Harris and the Democrats didn't win. Do y'all get it? That New York office under the Democrats turned a misdemeanor into 36 felonies against the president. And they think it's still 2024, and they think the Democrats won the White House, and they didn't. This Diddy lawsuit is coming down. Y'all forget that the president is Trump, and what this same court did to Trump. They turned a misdemeanor into 36 felonies. They did the same thing to Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors about to get his job back at Marvel. They did the same thing to the basketball player right before Jonathan Majors when he said, I didn't do anything to the girl. This court in New York has ran rampant. So what happened today? Today, just like with Tony Busby, there's a lawyer by the name of Ariel Mitchell. That's why I said I'm going to have to do a long form content so I can bring you the actual clips. Dada said they just want money. Yes, they only want money. There's a lawyer similar to Tony Busby. I'm going to call her an ambulance chaser. And she is the one who filed the initial lawsuit in 2024 She is the one who added Druski and Odell Beckham Jr. today. You guys got to understand this lawsuit started in 2024, just like the lawsuit that got thrown out. This lawsuit had been accepted, and this lawsuit was being used to prosecute and keep Diddy incarcerated. This lawsuit was already a slam dunk for Ariel Mitchell. So much so that she got so braggadocious, today she added 2 more people to the lawsuit. Now, check this out. When the lawsuit first came out in 2024, she said that there were Diddy, her victim, and 2 other people in the room. She never named the other 2 individuals. Somebody tell me, what did Druski do to deserve to be added to this lawsuit? I haven't had the time to do the research on what did Druski do. What did Odell Beckham? Because imagine the threats in the letters and how many people got threatened to be the other 2 people. Let me read it to you. This happened in 2024. Diddy indicted September 17th, 2024. His bail was denied in NYC jail. Check this out. Ariel Mitchell Kidd, attorney, right, for a new accuser, has been contacted regarding, check this out. She was going around saying that there were tapes of the freak-offs in 2024. This is going to be important. I'm going to show this in a long-form video. I need y'all to pay attention. I need y'all to pay attention. Ariel Kidd Mitchell filed this lawsuit in 2024. She got an interview on television where she was talking about freak-off videotapes. This is where it all come from. Remember they thought it was so funny. The DA said, they said freak-offs in the press conference. None of us had ever heard this type of language from a district attorney in a prosecution. She was the one who said this. The lady who added Druski, the lady who added Odell OBJ today, Ariel Mitchell, is the lady who said there were freak-off tapes. Did y'all know Mark Garagos was on Piers Morgan the other day, and he said, I've seen the tapes? I told my wife this the other day. There are no freak-off tapes, everybody. I'm going to show you something else in a minute. Let me finish this. I'm going to show you something else in a minute. Ariel Kidd is the one who said she had access to freak-off tapes. She also revealed the details that happened between Combs and one of her new clients in 2018. According to Mitchell, her client did file a police report at the time. She reached out to me a few weeks ago. She called and told me about her assault, an escape. Mitchell Kidd says she was at a friend's house who had industry ties. Listen, this is in 2024. And Diddy decided to come to the house. Mitchell Kidd said her client learned that Combs was planning to SA her when she arrived. It led to her being served a drink. She felt woozy, and she said Combs SA'd her with an intimate object and then directed other gentlemen to SA her while he watched. This was the claim from Ariel Kidd Mitchell in 2024. I'm going to read it again because I said to you earlier, the claim never had names attached to it. The only name attached to it was Diddy. What was said in 2024 was this: Combs SA her with the intimate object and then directed another gentleman to SA her while he watched and pleasured himself. Today, Ariel Mitchell Kidd said the other 2 gentlemen that Diddy was watching was Druski and Odell Beckham Jr. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? This was added today. This case has already been accepted as truth. This is not a joke. When everybody's saying, why is Druski putting out a statement? Why did Jay-Z fight so hard? This case has already been accepted as fact. which is why the lawyers keep adding people to factual accounts. They already put in the public's mind that Diddy had 2 other people with him. She said this in 2024. When they initially filed the lawsuit, she said Diddy pleasured himself while 2 other men, while he directed to. Now, I'm going to read to you how crazy this gets. Because in the lawsuit, in the filing, they go into detail. They go into detail of what they said Diddy told them to do. Now, that's why I say I got to do a long form video. Let me show you what I got. I'm going to do a long form video later on, but let me show you what I got for you right here. I don't know who got this, but here it is. This is the actual lawsuit right here. You got Sean Perez, law offices, and there goes Ariel Mitchell. This is the lawyer I'm talking about, Ariel Mitchell. And then here's the lawsuit right here. There's the defendant, Ashley Farm. All right? Plaintiff, John Doe. Here it is right here. This is why I got my old man glasses on, so I can read a little bit of it to you. We ain't going to go into all of it. I'm going to do a live stream later, but this is what you got to hear, because the lawsuit she talked about in 2024 said that Diddy gave directions to 2 other gentlemen. All right? So this is the part everybody been reading today that, hey, Mrs. Perfect Timing, you won't believe some of this stuff, what they said. They said it was so much baby oil on the bed that Druski almost fell off the bed, that they were covered in baby oil. So when they say Diddy told them to do stuff, so then they come back after this lawyer says 1,000 bottles of baby oil, and they said that Druski is sliding on the victim, having a almost like a banana slide on the victim because there's so much baby oil. Odell Beckham Jr., Druski, and Diddy watching, and there's so much. This is what they've said. This is not a joke. This is what's in the filing. This is what's in the lawsuit. This is what they decided to add. This is how outlandish these cases are. So why has anyone not said how many lawsuits are this outlandish? How many of them have such outlandish lies? I'm trying to see where they had the baby oil. Let me see what I can find for y'all. I'm going to show y'all something real quick. I don't even know. Let's see. Let me show y'all something real quick from 2024. Hey, we struggle streaming. We struggle streaming today.
So like a catch and kill?
Catch and kill, correct.
Wow. Can you, and I guess you can't reveal the person who is on.
No, I can't explain who the person was, but
High profile?
Mr. Combs was in the tape, and this other person.
This is Ashley. Surprise, surprise. Where my black manosphere at? That's Aaron, that's the lawyer. Where my black manosphere? I feel even jumping. I feel like I'm the only one who got this tape right now. Everybody talking about Ariel Mitchell. Y'all don't even know who she is. You know what Tony Busby look at, but y'all, who is Ariel Mitchell kid? Who is the lawyer who added Druski? And I got it, and we gonna try it. Here we go. Shout out to Keith Lee. Who got the video? Y'all want to see what she look like? Shout out to my black manosphere brethren. Cause man, this is no coincidence. My grandma said, ain't no coincidences. This is who Ariel Mitchell is. This is the person with the lawsuit against Diddy. This is the person who's decided to add Odell Beckham and Druski.
Person is, I would venture to say, more high profile than Mr. Combs.
Really? Really? And you've seen it?
I've seen skills of the video.
Okay.
So
you can verify
that it exists, that it's real, that the other person in the video is very visible. It's no question if it's that person in the video. And I can tell the video was pornographic in nature.
Now, this is so important. Why is this important? Why is this important? Why is this so important? KC and Red said, I heard the hot tour on that thing. Now they slip and slide on that thing, man, with 1,000 bottles of beer on the wall, 1,000 bottles of beer, 1,000 bottles of baby oil on the wall, 1,000 bottles of beer on the wall, 1,000 bottles of beer, 1,000 bottles of beer on the wall, 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Come on now. This is so important. She said that they had freak off tapes. Now, guess what happened after the Tony Busby lawsuit got thrown out? So y'all hearing about this today. This is March. What's today? What's today, kid? What? Yeah, really, you would not believe it. That is the lawyer. That is the lawyer. That woman is the lawyer who just added Druski. What did Druski do to you? Druski said, I wasn't even famous in 2018. It's the same thing with the Jay-Z law. They're not even thinking. They are so overzealous. They put the wrong dates. Tony Busby didn't even have legal right to file in New York. The 13-year-old didn't even have the right date and time. It's the same thing here. Druski wasn't even famous in 2018. That's how overzealous they are. She could have picked anybody else, but she picked Druski. Why did she pick Druski? We're going to have to do the information. But check this out. So guess what happened in January? Guess what? I got so much. No one is doing the deep dive. The YouTubers, I'm telling you, YouTube is where it's at. The YouTubers be doing the most research. Only the YouTubers be getting the most information, putting it together for you guys. The news do not give you the real information. I just showed you who Ariel is. Ain't nobody showed you who Ariel is. Let me show you what happened in January. Let me show you what happened. You're not going to believe what happened. You're not going to check this out. You're not going to believe what happened. You're not going to believe what happened. Sean Diddy Combs files $50 million defamation suit against accuser Courtney Burris and lawyer Ariel Mitchell and News Nation. Let's read that again. Sean Diddy Combs files $50 million defamation suit against accuser Courtney Burgess and lawyer Ariel Mitchell and News Nation. And this is January. This is January. We in March right now. What is this? Who is Ariel? Why is this happening? It's because Ariel, like Tony Busby, is an ambulance chaser, and she been called out. So we just played a video where Ariel in 2024 was talking about, I have a video of a freak off, and I guarantee and promise that it has all this criminality in it. Well, guess what? Diddy's lawyers said show the video. She could never produce the video. Now they're suing her for $50 million, and they suing News Nation, the people who did the interview I just played for you. That's why you can't see that interview, because that's an illegal pirate interview. That interview is part of a lawsuit that I just showed you. That's why you don't see Ariel, because News Nation is being sued by Diddy and Ariel being sued by Diddy because she lied on television about a freak off that never happened. The Diddy case is coming apart. You heard it first on Perfect Timing Podcast. The Diddy case is coming apart. They never had a case. Ariel Mitchell is not only part of this Druski lawsuit, but she's also part of other lawsuits, just like Tony Busby, who put up a hotline. Tony Busby put up a hotline, and he got over 1,000 people to call in. Tony Busby had 100 lawsuits against Diddy. How many of them are frivolous? Tony Busby, how many of those 100 did you do a lie detector test on? Well, so many people don't know what's going on. People don't know who Ariel is. People don't know that Diddy already got her number. Ariel is getting sued. So something happened today where she added Odell Beckham and Druski for a reason. Today, March 10th. Shout out to Miss Perfect Timing. Yeah, she added. Let's read some of this. Let's read some of this. Sean Diddy Combs. Let's check this out. Check this out. Sean Diddy Combs has filed a $50 million defamation lawsuit against a man who publicly claimed to have videos depicting him and the mogul of SA, inebriated celebrities, minors. You know what I'm saying? This is what she said. She said, I had somebody with the tape. So everybody's going around believing that these freak-offs are real and exist based on the word of Ariel, and Ariel claimed to have a video. So what does New York really have? Well, Mark Garrigo said that New York got 3 tapes and they all got about 3 people consensual on them. There are no videotapes of a party. Like how they say here, these freak-off tapes don't exist. The suit filed today in New York names Courtney Burgess, who was subpoenaed for grand jury testimony in the Combs case, his attorney Ariel Mitchell, and Nexstar Media, who operates News Nation. Combs' lawyers outlined their searching and described them as outrageous lies, stating that any explicit tapes they claim to possess do not exist, ladies and gentlemen. Do not exist, ladies and gentlemen. Any freak-off tape. Y'all been listening to this story for a year. There are no freak-offs. There are no freak-off tapes. Did y'all see Amber Rose? Did y'all see Amber Rose? Did y'all see Amber Rose? Amber Rose said, I've been to every Diddy party. Amber Rose said, I called Ray J. Amber Rose said, I felt bad. Amber Rose said, I thought I was in the inner circle. She said, I had to call around and say, did I do something wrong? Did I not get invited? She said, I've been to every party, every after party, every after party, after the after party. Amber Rose said, I've never seen these freak-offs. So much so that she called and said, hey, Ray J, because she know Ray J is down with the get down. Shannon Sharp didn't read into it. Shannon Sharp don't know Ray J history with Whitney Houston and all the shit. Huh? So Amber Rose called Ray J because Ray J down with the get down. Ray J, have you ever been to one of these freak-offs? Ray J said no. And Amber Rose said, y'all don't know about Ray J, but Ray J is a celebrity in LA. Ray J is a mover and a shaker. Ray J is at everything. Ray J know everything. Ray J papered up. Ray J been at every Diddy party. Ray J, have you ever been to these things? Never. Where is the evidence? It was so funny to have 1,000 bottles of baby oil, but where's the evidence? What's keeping a billionaire black mogul in prison? At this point, why nobody asking the real journalistic questions? What is keeping a billionaire black mogul in prison? At this point, we got to start uncovering, digging, and be like, hey, how many of these lawsuits are frivolous? How many of these lawsuits are money grabs? Where is valid claims of what you guys say? There are no freak-off tapes. There are no underage accusers anymore. There are no victims. Where is the evidence that you guys say exists? The case coming apart. And the case is coming apart because of overzealous, greedy lawyers. Overzealous, greedy lawyers. See, these lawyers thought people would pay them, and they've been doing this for a long time with no money. So they start adding Odell Beckham, adding Druski, because they think it's an easy payday. Maybe Druski will give me money. Maybe Odell Beckham will give me money, and I can move forward because I haven't been able to get money from the case yet. They haven't made any money from the case yet. So they're being overzealous. What you need to understand that today's filing is not a brand new case, and that Diddy is already on top of it by suing Ariel Mitchell. What you won't hear today is that Ariel Mitchell has an existing lawsuit, that Diddy is already suing her for $50 million. What you will hear is that Druski and that Odell Beckham Jr. has been added to the Diddy case, but you won't hear what lawyer is adding them to the case and why she's adding them in her history with the Diddy case, that she has multiple lawsuits that are tied up in this prosecution. Do y'all understand how this is working, that these lawsuits are tied up in the prosecution? The validity of these lawsuits directly relates to the prosecution. Imagine being a juror. They haven't even chosen a jury yet. Imagine being a juror on the Diddy case, and they say, what's the evidence? Well, the evidence is Little Rod lawsuit. The evidence is Courtney's lawsuit. Ariel, Tony, but the lawsuit, okay, and the jury says, okay, has Diddy been found guilty on any of these civil suits? No. What's the evidence to say that Diddy is guilty in the Little Rod civil suit? We don't have it. We can't. What What evidence will they put before jurors in a Diddy case to prove 1,000 bottles of beer on the wall, 1,000 bottles? What they gonna sing in the jury room? 1,000 bottles of baby oil is not enough, but it's been enough to keep them in prison. Y'all got to think about this. It's been enough to keep them in prison. But as a juror with jury instructions, you cannot provide a video for me because there's a lawsuit against this lady. There is no freak off video. There is no Bieber video. Did y'all hear about that? The cat is out of the bag. There is no Justin Bieber video. If you were waiting for the Justin Bieber video to drop, they lied to you. They trying to get your money. Hey, as y'all come in, I don't got enough likes, man. Hit the like button, man, so more people know about the show, man. If you on a cell phone, tap the screen. Tap the screen. Hit the. What's up with the screen, man? With this big nose, man, talking about, man. Tap the screen. I don't got enough likes, man. And I don't got enough super chats. Shout out to Kenzie and Red for the 2 super chat. Hit the likes. Tap the screen. If you on a cell phone, hit that. That's what they said Diddy was doing. Beating that thing. Beat that screen like Diddy, man. What evidence do they have? So all of us can have fun on YouTube. But when it gets to a jury, look what happened with YSL. Jeffrey was going to go free. When it gets to a jury, and all the salacious allegations are out the window, and you have to make a judgment beyond a reasonable doubt, what proof do they have? What I just explained to you this morning, there are no freak-off tapes. There are no freak-offs. There are no evidence. What Amber Rose, Ray J, and what I just gave to you this morning, what you know when you go into the barbershop, there is no freak off. Next time you get into an argument, show me proof that there was a freak off. Forget all this, I hate Diddy. Forget all this, I hate Diddy. Show me evidence right now. Next time you get into a debate in the barbershop, show me evidence of a freak off. And then tell him about the Mitchell girl. Tell him about the Mitchell girl who's getting sued for $50 million for claiming to have a tape. And now the lawyers are saying, put up or shut up. Put up or shut up. Put up or shut up. If there's a freak off, Diddy ready to come home, man. Diddy ready to come home. Put up or shut up. Where's the freak off tape? I told you Mark Geragos, one of the most famous attorneys in America and the world, said, I've seen the Diddy tapes. They have a couple of tapes of a privately owned tapes. And on these tapes, there are no more than 3 or 4 consensual adults. And the story is, it's Diddy, it's his significant other, and maybe one other person that everybody agreed to be there. And yes, Diddy is watching his significant other and this other person perform, but it's all consensual. It is so obvious to anyone who sees the video that it is all consensual and they are pleasuring each other. This is the only thing that exists. The only thing that exists is tapes of consensual, pleasurable events. That's all. And the tapes have 3 people, 4 people at the most. Diddy, his significant other, and other consenting adults who agreed to be there, perform, be videotaped, and agree to allow Diddy to pleasure himself. And it's overwhelmingly obvious to anyone who watches the tapes that everyone is adult, everyone is consensual, and everyone is enjoying themselves. That is the only thing that exists. They haven't told you this yet. I don't know. You're not watching the right YouTuber. I gotta just say it. You're not watching the right. Somebody took back their like. This happens every day. Somebody took back their like. Give me that. Hey, y'all remember that Webby? Give me that. Give me that. Hey, imagine that at the freak off with 1,000 bottles of baby oil, that Webby in the background. Give me that. Because y'all know the hook. I'm not going to say the whole hook, but y'all, give me that. Give me that. Y'all know what you say after that, right? So much hasn't been said. 1,000 bottles. Hey, earlier I said, how did you use 1,000 bottles? I said, how do you use 1,000 bottles of baby oil? You had to have big back individuals doing big backed activities. What is the big backed activities? Slipping and sliding on baby oil. That's what it slipping and slide. Where is the slip? Where is the baby oil? I got a video. I got a video of the slipping and sliding on baby oil. Slipping and sliding on baby oil. That's what they was doing. Let's listen to this.
Recently, as in Friday, was amended to add Druski and Odell Beckham Jr. And what the woman is accusing them of is raping her, allegedly, along with Diddy. So back in October, there was a woman named Ashley Parham. I believe that's how you say her last name. And she said that she had met one of Diddy's colleagues in a bar. He was basically trying to flex on her, FaceTime Diddy, to show that he knows Diddy or whatever. And she wasn't impressed. While Puff was on the phone, she says that he overheard her saying, I don't really care about him anyway, jokingly. And she said she was saying it jokingly, but she accused him of having something to do with Tupac's murder. And she says that he visibly was upset over the phone when that happened. A month or so later, this woman, I guess she still kept in contact with the friend. She agreed to go and help this friend, Diddy's friend, administer some cancer medications that he needed help with at his home. She goes into the home. She's there. They're, doing whatever it is that I guess she needed done. They take a ride and come back to the house. The door was left open. When she gets back, now Puff is there with others. Allegedly, right? Now, back in October when this was first filed, we didn't know who the other parties involved in this were.
Check. Y'all hear that? Y'all hear? Wait a minute. That's what I said. Back in October, when they first filed this, we didn't know who the other parties. That was a story from October. That Diddy was there and other men were there. Today we find out March 10th, 2025, Ariel, that lawyer that's being sued by Diddy, announces today that the other men, part of this 2024 lawsuit, 2018 allegation, were Odell Beckham and Druski. Damn, gang, your laptop took a beat.
Saying that those John Does were Odell Beckham Jr. and Druski. So bringing us up to speed on what she's
donate to the channel, brother. Karina Wood, donate to the channel.
In this document, she says that Diddy was allegedly forcibly raping her to the point where he even used a remote to do it at one point in time. And she says that when it comes to Druski, that Diddy allegedly instructed another defendant who was Doe to also rape her. And that defendant has been determined to be Druski. Instead of immediately raping the plaintiff, the woman, Ashley, is alleging that Druski doused her with more oil and lubricant and then jumped on top of the plaintiff naked with an oil body, treating it like a slip and slide and knocked.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? You can't make this up. You cannot make. I'm trying not to show the laptop. I'm trying not to show. You see my old ass? I can barely my old ass. I got big nose, big fingers. I don't know. I'm working this shit. Android. Look, we're struggling with vertical streaming. Thank you, everybody, for watching the old man push his big hands in the fingers and barely get the phone to work. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you to the person who took away their thumbs up. Somebody took away their thumbs up. Hey, did you hear that? Everybody at home? Mrs. Perfect Thomas said this can't be real. I gotta play it again. Let's play it. I'm not gonna turn it around. I know I'll turn it around. Yeah, beat the phone or hit the heart, man. Let's listen to that one more time, man. I said this earlier when I explained that Diddy told Druski, get the 1,000 bottles. Diddy told Druski, get the 1,000 bottles off the shelf, pour it on the bitch back, and slide on the bitch like Superman. They in there, Soldier Boy. Now Superman, that wasn't me. You crank that Soldier Boy. That's what they said they was in there doing. They was doing the Soldier Boy on the bitch. That is not what happened, ladies and gentlemen. But that's what they said, that Druski and Diddy was doing the Soldier Boy. No, they said Diddy told Druski the Soldier Boy on the bitch back. And the bitch laid there. Kill me. I ain't standing here. Nigga, you gonna have to kill me. Look, you just gonna lay there while Druski, 400-pound, high yellow, blonded, bearded ass dive on your back. No, kill me right now, man. Get the gun, man. Get the bullets, man. But you live. You live to fight another day. You gonna tell me she didn't move? It's not funny. It's not funny. It's not funny, but it's just like, what woman would do that? What woman gonna let a 400-pound man slip and slide on her back and not move? It's like Lucy moving the football. It's not plausible.
And then jumped on top of the plaintiff naked with an oil body, treating it like a slip and slide, and knocking the wind out of the plaintiff due to his enormous size.
This is a real lawsuit. This is a real lawsuit. He knocked the wind out the bitch. So Diddy said, go get the 1,000 bottles of beer on the wall, pour it on top of the bitch. What was Odell Beckham doing? This nigga was doing the same thing he do on the football field. Nothing. What was it? I know, I ain't hate no Odell Beckham. I know a lot of people like Odell Beckham Jr., but what was he doing? If Diddy was playing with himself and Druski was sliding on the bitch, what oh, God, what was Odell Beckham doing? Oh, shit. And don't forget, they're not even being honest because, remember, the story is not just Diddy, Odell Beckham, and Druski. It's also the friend and potentially somebody on cancer in the wait. It's a motherfucker on cancer. Oh, shit. Wait, I forgot. Man, I forgot. Okay, wait. These are the people in the house at the free call. They didn't tell you the free. This is so exciting. Who was this? Amber Rose. You didn't miss nothing. Somebody hit Amber Rose. Amber Rose, tap into my live right now. We having a good time. You didn't miss nothing, Amber Rose. Because let me tell you, Ray J wasn't there, but who was there? A cancer victim. Because this is the story. The bitch said, I went over my friend's house to help him administer cancer medication. And the bitch said, I did that. So that means she was there, her friend was there, and a cancer patient. They go to the store, I don't know, maybe to get cancer food. They come back to the house. The cancer person don't leave because they on cancer. They come back to the house. So there's a bitch, there's the friend, there's a cancer motherfucker, and for some reason, Diddy, Odell Beckham, and Druski come to the cancer house. Diddy, Odell Beckham Jr. come to the cancer house. But why did they wait till she gave the medication? If you these type of evil people, you might as well slip and slide on the bitch back before she do the cancer medication. But at least these were good brothers. They allowed her to administer the cancer medication. So what did they do with the cancer patient while the slip and slide freak off was going on? That's all I want to know. Please, somebody tell me, what was Odell Beckham doing? What was the cancer motherfucker doing? Come on, man. And who had the camera? Was the friend getting some pussy too? Was the cancer motherfucker full of baby oil? Was the cancer? That's what it was. We just figured it out. I tell you two, we figure out everything. That's what it was. They brought the bitch over for the cancer. That's what it was, a cancer party. Oh man, we figured it out. We figured it out. Oh shit. Let's listen again. Let's listen again. We figured it out. Let's listen again.
The plaintiff, the woman, Ashley, is alleging that Druski doused her with more oil and lubricant and then jumped on top of the plaintiff naked with an oil body, treating it like a slip and slide, and knocking the wind out of the plaintiff due to his enormous size.
Man, who believes this?
Look at this.
Caught himself from sliding over the plaintiff's oil body and off the bed, and then he began raping her allegedly raping her vaginally. Now she says that
So he slipped and slide on top of her. He almost fell off the bed. He knocked the wind out of her, but he saved himself. He did a WWE. He did this. Imagine you in the bed with Rikishi. Druski looked like Rikishi. So you in the bed with Rikishi, and he does a slip and slide move. He almost falls off the bed, but he does a WWE. It's Monday Night Raw. It's Monday Night Raw. He does a Monday Night Raw move, hanging onto the bed, and then jumps in the coochie. That's what happened. That's what happened. That Druski ain't never been out athletic in his life. Why didn't they say Odell Beckham slid and caught himself and jumped in the coochie? No. Druski, the most unathletic person in the room. The only person more unathletic than Druski in the house is the cancer patient. Oh shit, none of it makes sense. The only person that's more unathletic in the house is the cancer patient, but Druski slip and slides on the back, catches himself. He almost falls off the bed, knocks her, and then Superman you crank that Soldier Boy, you crank that. This is the story. And what is Odell Beckham doing? That should be the t-shirt. The t-shirt is, what was Odell? Look at my thumbnail. That's why he looked like that in the thumbnail. You're like, what was Odell Beckham doing when this oh my God.
While this was happening,
you can't make this up.
Puff was, somewhere off in a chair in the room watching and pleasuring himself. He was also recording as this was happening as well too. So these claims are, you know what I mean? Because she's saying that this was like a violent rape, like to the point where when she was up and trying to leave, it took her a minute to kind of get herself together. But there's a lot to this. Even in the beginning of this in October, when she first alleged it, she said that like on her way out, she went to the backyard and these people were in the backyard still. So she was trying to figure out how she was going to leave. Now that we know it was allegedly Druski and Odell Beckham Jr., she said that after they violently raped her, allegedly, they went to this backyard to smoke marijuana and cigarettes. And on her way out, she ran into them, and there was a whole exchange of like a gun went off at one point.
Is this Busby?
There was
attorney?
No, her attorney is it's not Attorney Busby. I'll get the attorney's name for you. Her attorney's name is this document.
Who really believes Druski was pretending that a young lady was a slip and slide? Come on now.
Who believed that the bitch didn't move? Who believed that the bitch didn't move? So everybody want to know who this is. The attorney. This is the attorney.
I just hired local counsel in California. We will be filing that lawsuit within the week. I also was just recently contacted by someone who wanted me to essentially represent them in the sale of one of the Diddy tapes. So, which I declined that because...
Wait a minute. Say that again. Back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already.
Now she's being sued for this. She's being sued, a $50 million lawsuit. Both people in this video is being sued for this interview. This interview now, Diddy is suing them because this was a lie. Listen.
We've
heard about the tapes.
Yes.
The shopping thing is.
Yes,
we all heard about the Diddy tape. We all heard about the Freako tape. Where are all the tapes?
Already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of, and to contact the person who was in the video to see if they were interested in purchasing the video before it became a public knowledge.
I've heard this before. So like a catch and kill.
Catch and kill, correct.
Wow. And I guess you can't reveal the person who is on.
No, I can't explain who the person was, but
High profile?
Mr. Combs was in the tape, and this other person is, I would venture to say, more high profile than Mr. Combs.
Really? And you've seen it?
I've seen stills of the video.
And now this video right here turned into this lawsuit. That video turned into this lawsuit. Sean Diddy Combs files $50 million defamation suit against accuser Courtney Burgess and lawyer Ariel Mitchell. The video you just watched was a video of Ariel Mitchell. Ariel Mitchell, this is the same lawyer who's representing the individual at the slip and slide freak off. Ariel Mitchell is the same lawyer from the slip and slide freak off.
Come on now.
That's insane. Yeah, and basically, so the way that it's set up.
And yes, I just coined the term slip and slide freak off. Because somebody put that in the chat. Somebody with a blue wrench put that in the chat and let everybody know we created that term here on the Perfect Time Podcast. Top of the mid-morning from an OG perspective. Slip and slide freak off. I should change the name of the live stream. Slip and slide freak off. Let's go. 1,000 bottles of beer in the wall.
Up is like she's alleging that like Druski and Odell Beckham Jr. were like doing anything at the beck and call of Puff. So he was telling them what to do. They were doing it. But yesterday Druski did respond to this. And he says this allegation is a fabricated lie.
So let's go to that right now. Let's read what Druski. Let's read this. Druski responded, and this is what Druski responded. These allegations is a fabricated lie. I wasn't a public defender. What is wrong with my dyslexic ass? Please disregard the old man reading the Twitter space. This this allegation is a fabricated lie. I wasn't a public figure. I wasn't a public figure in 2018. I was broke, living with my mom without any connections to the entertainment industry at the time of this allegations. So the inclusion of my name is truly outlandish. My heart breaks for actual victims of abuse, but I am fully confident that the evidence will expose the falsehoods of the individuals who maliciously trying to game the legal system to peddle false narratives. That's Twitter or X. That's Druski's reply from Twitter and X. So I'm trying to flip it back. So I was trying to tell y'all earlier, we gotta do a real live stream, a long form content live stream where I could put up the videos and slip and slide freak off. Shout out to Mrs. Perfect Timing, man. Y'all here, hey, I deserve a like for that, man. I got 19 people, and probably more people watching, YouTube play with the numbers, man. But I got 2 likes, I got 19 people. Everybody watching right now, hit the like button. Everybody all at once. Like. Hit the like button, man. It's free, man. It don't hurt you, man. And also, if you're on a cell phone right now, right there in the corner, man, hit that like, man. Hit that heart, man. Hit that laugh emoji, man. Let YouTube know, the algorithm know that you're enjoying yourself. You enjoying the information this morning, man. So what else did I have to share with y'all? I think that's about it, man. I done went over my hour time. I was supposed to clip up the show, but y'all don't be watching the clips anyway. But yeah, man, I think that's it, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. We're going to do this again tomorrow at 10 a.m. Shout out to Kenzie and Rev for the super chat. Karina Williams, OBJ was catching the ball. OBJ was catching the ball. You know he can't catch. He probably was Asia M. Ain't no way. Shout out to Asia. Shout out to Karina Williams. Karina said, I followed. Thank you. Asia said, play it again. Okay, let's play it again. What part y'all want to play again? I probably played it again already. Karina said, nah, don't show that laptop. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Man, I know the laptop is bad, man. This is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to play it again right now, but what I need y'all to do, everybody who subscribed, everybody who liked, thank you guys for supporting the live stream this morning. What I need you to do is I'm gonna link this to a playlist that I have with my other Diddy videos where I go into detail about the Tony Busby, because I did a great video when the Jay-Z case was when the case started to unravel and the case got dismissed. A lot of people like that. A lot of people like the first. I think I got 1,000 views on the first Diddy video that we did, and it might got 2,000 on it. So the Diddy, we got a playlist from the beginning. It's like the Young Thug thing where a lot of smaller YouTubers who've been doing work, the reason I can talk so confidently and intelligently about this, because I have done research going back to 2024. I've been following this case going back to 2024. I've been following the case since it first was filed, since the Little Rod lawsuit, since they raided both homes in LA and New York simultaneously. We discussed all this live while it was happening, the raids, the actual press conference when they said the 1,000 bottles of baby oil, so I need you guys to go check out the playlist, support the channel. And what we're going to do is we're going to link a long form video to this where you guys could watch over and over. And everything I explained today, I'll go back into in detail. The video won't be more than 15 minutes, I promise. So I'll create a little video about 15 minutes. I'll include all the information that we discussed today. And then it's up to you to leave a comment and you let me know what you think. I know a lot of people is disgusted by Sean Diddy Combs. I mean, what happened with Cassie in that hallway was absolutely disgusting. I think what's worse is that how it was covered up. So I think all of us are disgusted with the fact that somebody could do something like this and it could just they had enough money and power to get it wiped away. Cassie got $30 million, but a lot of people feel like they didn't get justice because of that video. And it's not the fact, it's everything around the video. It's the violent act, it's the nature, it's the nonchalant way that Diddy went on about his life afterward. It's how he knew he could get away with it, how the hotel helped them, everybody helped them. And so we're disgusted by that. So I truly believe as a society, we need healing. You guys don't understand why we had like public hangings and why did we have public adjudications in the past? When there were violent criminals, like if you go back to, we're coming up on Easter, me and my family, we were talking about Easter, but we're coming up on Easter, which is a celebration or a remembrance of the crucifixion of this individual that people know as Jesus, right? And you got to understand, why is it that they have public hangings, public lynchings, public decapitations, and public crucifixions? It's because the people needed healing. On the day that Jesus was crucified, I tell this story a lot, that there were multiple individuals. There was someone by the name of Barabbas. He was a Tupac figure. He was a murderer and a robber and a thug. But he was popular amongst the people. And so the Pharisees did not want to be the ones to kill a person who was espousing themselves to be the Son of God and who had been known to do miracles around the country. So they let it be up to the people. See, the clergy wanted Jesus to go because Jesus was a threat to their money and the system of what the clergy going on. This is very similar to today. People don't talk about it, but there was a choice given. Do you want me to publicly crucify because the people needed healing? This day is a day of cleansing for the people. The people are upset because there's this large gap of wealth, right? Like today, there's a huge wealth gap. You got the clergy lives a good life and the Pharisees, they live a good life, but the everyday commoner does not live a good life. That's what the whole story of Jesus was about. Feed 2 loaves of fish, feeding poor people. So, and all of his miracles was around helping these individuals who were impoverished, who were dealing with situations similar to today, that you had clergy over here. And what did I tell you last week? You got police and fire over there. People think teachers and police officers have it hard, but they live it high on the hall. Politicians over here, high on the hall. The people doing bad is you. You waiting for a savior to come back. So in order not to be looked at as the bad guy, the Pharisees said, I'm not going to crucify old boy because I know what it means, because we're going to do it publicly. I'm going to give it to the people. Hey, who y'all want to get up on the cross? Because this is y'all day. I created this day for y'all. It's just like the Super Bowl. We saw Kendrick at the Super Bowl. What was this day about? Why did they have this day? It's the same reason we had a Super Bowl. It's the same reason we have these big events. So the Pharisees and the kings and the rulers created this big event to appease the people. And they're going to crucify somebody to make you feel better about you being bad. We're going to crucify Diddy. We're going to crucify Druski. We're going to crucify Odell Beckham Jr. because it makes you feel better about being poor. So the Pharisees asked, who you want? Who you want? You can let somebody go free today. This is your day. You can let somebody, you can let the person who claims to be the son of God, who you've been hearing about do all these miracles, you can let him go free. I will let him go because I'm a good Pharaoh. I'm a good president. Believe in me. I'm Joe Biden. I did the crime bill, but if you don't vote for me, you not black. If you don't vote for me, you not black. So because I'm so good like Sleepy Joe, I'm going to let somebody go free today. And if you won't, I'll let Jesus go free today. It's up to you. And you know what the people said? Give us Barabbas. Give us Barabbas. Give us Barabbas. You go hunt for eggs. You go buy chocolate. You go put on pink. You go put on yellow. But do you understand that the people, when given a choice between the person who called himself the son of God and the murderous criminal thug, you know what the people said? Give us Barabbas. Give us Barabbas. So for everybody wondering what's going on, why is Druski being added? Why is Odell Beckham being added? Why did you add Jay-Z? Give us Barabbas. Give us Barabbas. That's what's going on today. We want blood. Come on, man. We broke out here, man. The unemployment, Trump just fired more federal people. I mean, come on, man. Doge is going after the small guys. IRS is dogging the small guys. It's so much going on. I need something to make me feel better, man. Can you please take these black billionaires? Because these black billionaires, they had to cheat to get there because they're black. Could you please take these black billionaires and put them in prison? Because that would make me feel better. Because if a black person could become a billionaire, then it got to be something wrong with me. But if you put them in prison and you tell me they cheated their way there, then that makes me feel better about this wealth gap. Because there's this huge gap between the haves and the have-nots. And how do we keep the have-nots from not getting upset? We have to feed them every now and then something. Y'all remember the Hunger Games? We got to give them something. We got to give it's slaughter. We just had Gladiator Part 2. Nobody went to go see it because of the scene with Denzel Washington, but you probably could have benefited from watching Gladiator Part 2 to understand bread and circus, to understand why it is Monday morning on Monday Night Raw do we get something so salacious, so outlandish, where you're not paying attention to the first 100 days of the presidency. You're not paying attention to Zelensky. You're not paying attention to the Ukraine. You're not paying attention to China and BRICS and Taiwan and Russia. Because this is so outlandish. It is so over the top. How could this not be trending? What do you mean that Druski, a brand new convert into celebrity fame, slip and slide on the back of a woman while there are other people in the home and you don't even speak to those individuals? In the beginning of the lawsuit, you say that there was a cancer victim in this home. Why would Diddy, Druski, and Odell Beckham Jr. go to it further complicates it. You saying that Diddy would go have a freak off in a cancer victim's home? And then you're saying that Druski and Odell Beckham would go to a cancer victim's home to commit a crime against a woman, an unaware woman. What has Druski done in his whole life that would make you think that he would go to a cancer victim's home and that he would do a crime? What has Odell Beckham? You know how hard it is to make it to the NFL? And when you're in high school, they knew Odell Beckham was going to the NFL his whole life. So he's been dealing with controversy, girls trying to get pregnant, girls trying to do this, people trying to get his money, people trying to get him arrested. It's so many hoop dreams out there. Odell Beckham made it through all of those things, made it to the NFL, and made it to be successful. You tell me he shows up to a cancer victim's home to commit the worst crime of his life with no history of ever being a criminal? There's no history of Odell Beckham being a criminal. There's no history of Druski being a criminal. But not just that, a criminal to this level. A criminal of this level of mayhem and deceit that they would show up at a random cancer victim's house to commit a heinous crime. No one is talking about the full details of what they are alleging. What happened to the cancer victim? So you're telling me the cancer victim was in the other room, or was the cancer victim in the room? Did they do this in the same room with the cancer victim? Because if they're this type of men, if they're this horrible to do this type of crime, why would they not just do a crime to the cancer victim? You could take advantage of the cancer victim. If we just gonna take advantage of people, just to be taking advantage of people, where is the cancer victim? Where is the friend? Why do we leave two witnesses? And are those people going to testify? Because if there's a friend involved, that person should testify to that this actually happened. And if there was a cancer victim there that she helped you with, because remember, she came to a friend's house to help him with a cancer victim. Those two people should be witnesses. Is the cancer victim alive? That's how implausible this whole thing is. But I'm way over time. Thank you guys for listening. We had a great live. Got my first super chat. Can't see in red. I know you busy because my brother got a promotion. He doing a lot of big things out there. Congratulations on your promotion. Thank you for the super chat. Ken sent 2 different super chats. Those are my first 2 super chats. We started off strong. We $10 in the live stream. You know what I'm saying? People watching and sharing, hitting the thumbs up. Thank you to my brother for that super chat. Thank you to everybody for watching. What's this? Willie Bailey said they doing Druski Code. He was local in 2018. He wasn't even on a level to be around them cats. Thank you, Willie Bailey. Come on, man. Come on, man. This is the slip and slide freak off. Slip and slide freak off. What did Druski do? But that's a good cap off to the live stream, man. Perfect Time Podcast with the blast, real fast in the dash, man. I really love you guys, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. This has been really fun. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. I still got 2 likes. I still only got 2 likes. I don't understand. Maybe the like button is broke on the other side of the screen. I don't know. But I should have a lot more likes. Salute.